Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Monday, September 14th, 2020. And we begin with a 14-year-old boy learning to drive the hard way. According to Agence France Presse, Ruben Navarrete of Fresno, California, had no choice but to hop behind the wheel when his extended family evacuated ahead of a fast-moving wildfire. His aunt drove one car, his uncle another, and unlicensed Ruben took his younger brother in the third. The teen says he was scared at first, especially when he had to navigate a steep, narrow road with a cliff on one side and flames in the rearview mirror. But he treated it like a video game and remembers starting to relax about halfway through his 20-mile road trip to safety. The fire that prompted Ruben's driving lesson is only one of 97 raging throughout California, Washington, and Oregon. The West can't catch a break from Mother Nature, and neither can Louisiana. Tropical storm Sally is barreling through the Gulf of Mexico this morning and is expected to ramp up to a Category 1, possibly even a Category 2 hurricane by the time it makes landfall later today or early tomorrow. Weather watchers predict winds of up to 120 miles per hour and rainfall totals of 20 inches in some places. Residents who are still cleaning up from the previous storm Laura are now evacuating again. In fact, the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season is moving at such a fast clip that, according to the Wall Street Journal, forecasters are just 4 names shy of needing to start using the Greek alphabet to label storms, something they've had to do only once before. If you're a Peeps fan, and let's be honest, who isn't, you'll want to sit down for this next story. The maker of the super sugary marshmallows says due to the coronavirus, it won't be able to make its holiday versions for Halloween, Christmas, or Valentine's Day. According to Just Born Quality Confections, the only chance it stands of making enough chicks and bunnies for Easter, which is far and away its biggest seller, is to skip the other celebrations. Like a lot of businesses, Just Born had to close its doors in March when COVID spread across its home state of Pennsylvania. It's now back to baking, but is too far behind to fully catch up on demand. It's the Top Gun movie come to life. The Pentagon is reportedly in the midst of planning an aerial dogfight between a fighter jet with a real pilot and one controlled by artificial intelligence. The military has already hosted a bunch of virtual showdowns between humans and machines, but after a computer repeatedly beat a real pilot in the last matchup, Defense Secretary Mark Esper announced it was time to take the contest to the skies. The full-scale tactical face-off is scheduled for 2024, and the Pentagon says could mark a turning point in who or what takes the lead seat in the cockpit going forward. Did your favorite toy make the cut? 12 contenders have just been announced for this year's Toy Hall of Fame in Rochester, New York. Among them, Light Bright, Jenga, Masters of the Universe, My Little Pony, Sidewalk Chalk, and Yahtzee. National Toy Hall of Fame finalists are chosen for 4 reasons. They either have reached icon status, meaning they're widely recognized, they've got longevity over multiple generations, discovery for sparking creativity, or innovation for changing the way we play. A national committee will select the finalists, but for the first time, you can have a say as well by voting at toyhalloffame.org by this Wednesday. Those chosen will join Etch-a-Sketch, Crayola Crayons, Mr. Potato Head, the Atari 2600, and the Yo-Yo, to name just a few. This year's winners will be revealed in November. That's it for KidNuz. Now our KidNuz quiz. How far did a 14-year-old escaping a wildfire drive his family's car to safety? "20 miles. Which holiday staple won't be available until Easter? Peeps, because of production delays due to the coronavirus. What's the name of the latest storm to bear down on Louisiana? Sally, which could hit late today or tomorrow. How can you vote a toy into this year's Toy Hall of Fame? by casting your ballot on the website toyhalloffame.org before Wednesday. In One for the Road. As a KidNuz kid, you know President Trump is running for re-election on the Republican ticket, and you know he's being challenged by Democrat Joe Biden. You've probably also heard that rapper Kanye West sort of threw his hat in the ring. This morning, we have another potential candidate. Brock Pierce is a former actor who found fame in the Mighty Ducks movies. He's older now, made a fortune in the Bitcoin market, and reportedly intends to shake up the 2020 race as an independent. Can he win? Mr. Pierce admits the answer is no, but that's not his intention. He says he wants to show the country that Democrats and Republicans are not the only options for voters. KidNuz fans, a friendly reminder, it really helps if you could rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. Now we head over to Kim for today's KidNuz shoutouts.
Thanks, Tori. We want to say a big KidNuz hello this morning to Mrs. Pawlowski and her students at Lions Park in Mount Prospect, Illinois, and Ms. Carmody's class at the Hanson School in Alexandria, South Dakota. And we send birthday wishes to Avery in Crown Point, Indiana, Zoe in Washington, D.C., Zachary in Chicago, Illinois, Graham in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Jake in Lake Oswego, Oregon, to California for Victor in Poway, Connor in Menlo Park, Penny in Auburn, and Marlon in Santa Rosa, and Arizona for Grady in Cave Creek and Kennedy in Peoria. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.